Hello folks, welcome back to another Chaos Theory review on Jurassic collectibles. This is the Darius and Baryonyx pack, and as you can see it includes the acoustic Baryonyx that Dr. Saar created in the second season of Chaos Theory, a Monolophosaurus, a net launcher, a Darius Bowman figure with a really cool radio accessory. You can see we've got the usual Jurassic World Chaos Theory branding. This is kind of the adventure set sort of size of box. On the back, the Baryonyx is just listed as Baryonyx. It doesn't say acoustic Baryonyx. We have the Monolophosaurus, we've got Darius, and a photo of him with the accessory. And then down here, interestingly enough, is the first Darius adventure set, and also the Ben, Atrociraptor, and Dilophosaurus. So the fact that those are featured on the back of this box makes me think that the Ben set that we've all seen with the Suchomimus Protector set, is probably not going to be coming out. So we will open this up, take a closer look. Unfortunately, this is the kind of packaging that is just sort of cardboard that's glued together, so it's quite tricky to open and then repackage it. But you can see with that pulled out of the box, there is this really nice kind of pearlescent, excuse the chair squeak there, I'm just leaning down to pick up the scissors. But there is a really nice pearlescent kind of colour scheme to this Baryonyx. It is going to make actually seeing the rubber bands to cut them quite a challenge. But there we go. Got another one here. And that is the Baryonyx 3. We then will get the Monolophosaurus out. Really nice colour scheme for the mono as well, actually. I really like that one, and we will take a look at that in a second. We have then got Darius, who we will try and pull free. Oh, his head is stuck right in there, but there we go. That's Darius. The walkie-talkie, probably my favourite accessory of this pack. Well, there's only two, and you'll see why I say this is my favourite. But there we go. The net launcher and the projector. Okay, so let's get this all set up for you. So we have got the Baryonyx, the Monolophosaurus, the net launcher, and Darius with the walkie-talkie. Let's just put that in his hand there. Okay, so there are all of the elements that come in this set. We will take a look at the net launcher first. So the net launcher is exactly the same net launcher that came with the original Darius adventure set. So it's got the quite hefty sized kind of handle just there. It has got the launching net, although the net again is still a size that's not really going to capture anything, but that is more for your play than anything. We then get this new version of Darius, who, as you can see, has got the same head sculpt as the other Darius figures, but he comes in this kind of dirty shirt, which is interesting. It's kind of quite obvious that the dirt is just applied. There's nothing really on the back of the figure, which is a big shame. So it overall doesn't look particularly great. I mean, it's a decent variant of Darius. We do see him in the white shirt. I don't know if we see him in it in Chaos Theory, thinking back, but we do definitely see an outfit like this in Camp Cretaceous. So it is a kind of outfit that Darius has worn before. We do also get the painted trainers with this version, which is nice. All of the usual articulation you've kind of come to expect from the Darius figures. It is a little bit gummy on this figure for some reason. It's not usually they're quite good, but it feels a little bit gummy here, so do just be careful of that. And the reason why I like this Darius figure so much is because of this walkie-talkie. You can see there it's got a printed screen, it's got printed details for all the buttons, and it just looks really, really cool. It's quite a unique accessory to get, quite strange to get a new accessory like this in one of these packs, but I do wonder if this is something that's from the Rebirth line and they just saw an opportunity to slot it in a bit earlier to get some reuse out of it here. So I wouldn't be surprised. That does look like a military walkie-talkie if we see it pop up in the Rebirth line as well. Then the Monolophosaurus comes in this really nice purple colour scheme, very different to any Monolophosaurus we've seen before. Obviously the monos were guard dogs essentially for Dr. Sar's facility, so it makes sense to have this packed in here. You get this really nice tan stripe that goes across the mono, you get really clean paint apps for the head, as you can see just there. The crest looks really good, that yellow eye looks fantastic, and again those great paint apps continue onto the other side of this figure as well. All of the usual articulation. This is the mono sculpt that has got the ball jointed head, swivel at the arms, swivel at the legs, and swivel at the tail. So a very cool version of the Monolophosaurus, quite different to any they've done before, and obviously it has got the Dino Scan app just there. So really cool. I wasn't really that phased about the Monolophosaurus being included, but it's a really nice variation of it. I definitely have enough Monolophosauruses now though. Mattel, if you're listening, I've got enough, thank you. And then lastly we have got the Acoustic Baryonyx. You can see in the kind of studio lights it's quite hard to make out all of the detail because it is a very bright white light. It is pearlescent though, as you can see, so it reflects the light, which is really, really nice. Now the other thing that's really nice is because this animal hasn't got particularly complicated paint apps, Mattel did paint the claws on both the feet and the arms, which looks great. The arms are just on a swivel, I believe. Yeah, there's no ball joint in there. The legs are on a swivel as well, but you've also got the swivel at the ankle. The tail is on a ball joint, so that is quite cool, and you can see again just that pearlescent sort of colour that this is cast in is really, really nice. This did get criticised when it was revealed because people said the model in the show has got more paint apps. I don't think it needs them. I think the pearlescent colour they chose here is a really good example of when a choice of a colour plastic can add a lot more personality to a toy, and I think it does it here. If we get a Hammond collection Indominus Rex, I want it made out of this plastic. This looks so good. Now we do get a ball joint, I believe. Yeah, a ball joint. That's cool. For the Baryonyx's head. We've not really seen that on one of these sculpts, I don't think. That's awesome. Then the head itself, so obviously in the show the animal doesn't have any eyes, so you get a lot of nice kind of shadow paintwork around the eyes to really emphasize that, like in the show. And then you do get the opening jaw where you've got the rubber teeth inside, again a standard for Mattel at this point. Nice paint for the jaw. And all in all, I think this is spot on to what we see in the show. Maybe it would be a little bit better with greys instead of browns, but I think overall it is very close to what we see in the show, and I am very, very happy with it. So that is the Baryonyx. We'll bring the Monolophosaurus back in, we'll bring Darius back in, and the net launcher. So as far as another playset based on Chaos Theory goes, I think this is a fantastic set. Getting the Baryonyx was a big priority of mine in the toy line after I saw Chaos Theory Season 2, and I think this is a really great way to introduce it into our collections. The Monolophosaurus is a surprisingly nice version. Again, I didn't necessarily need another Monolophosaurus, but it works well here. The variant of Darius is okay. I would have preferred to have seen either Brooklyn or Sammy to add another one to the crew, especially since it looks like we won't be getting many more Chaos Theory toys before Rebirth. But for what it is, it's a nice pack and I can't complain. That's it for this review, guys. I hope you have enjoyed a closer look at the Baryonyx Peril pack. Make sure to like, favourite and subscribe. And until the next video, take care and have a great week.